is poppin'?
Shit, huh? Yeah, you like that shit?
Stop.
My bad, dog.
Stop
I'll
this.
be on.
What's going on? It is episode 11.
Well, fucking
Episode 1E1. You got 21, 31, 41. Why 11 ain't 1E1?
Good question.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it.
That's what we're here to do. We're here to solve mysteries. What's going on, folks? It was a good week. How you been? How's your day?
It's all right. As you know, Brian's in jiu-jitsu. Today he got his first stripe on his white belt.
How does that work?
So with the white belt, basically, you know, after 10 classes, you'll get a stripe, and you have to get.
What's the next belt after white?
It takes a while, but blue.
So how many stripes?
It's white, blue, purple, brown, black.
That did not answer my question. Thank you.
I'm sorry, what was that? I was answering the first question.
How many stripes till you get to another belt?
I'm not sure, but I think it's probably 4 before he gets to the next level of
4 stripes, new color.
Yeah, it takes a while, bro. It takes a couple years to get to the next belt.
For real?
Yeah, I'm not sure about how the stripes work because there's not a shit ton of, like, I think American karate and shit like that, they have different colors or whatever. Like his teacher has a blue belt.
His teacher ain't a black belt?
Mm-mm. Damn. He has a blue belt, but you know, blue belt's not easy to get. Like, it does take time. Tom Hardy, he started doing jiu-jitsu for that movie Warrior, where he fights his brother. Yeah. So he was 40 years old when he did that. Think about that though. He was 40.
That is a fire movie though.
So he started. I agree, but I didn't know he was 40. I'm like, dude. So he started doing jiu-jitsu at 40. Now he's 48 or 49, and he's a purple belt. And he just won a jiu-jitsu competition.
Yeah, didn't he just
last year
pull up? Like, was like, hey, I want to sign up. And like, no one really knew it was Tom Hardy at first. Like, he just kind of showed up, and that's what I heard.
I don't know. I'd be lying if I told you, but I know he had to do it for the Warrior movie.
Well, for the sake of it being exciting, we're gonna say that's what he did.
Yeah, maybe so, but so okay, I say all that to say this. One, Tom Hardy is my spirit animal. That's for one. Okay. But no, seriously. So Brian's in jiu-jitsu, and as you know, Brian has he has ADHD. He gets super out of focus. He's a kid, but he's a lot. He can be a lot, and I know that. And he's not very strong. He doesn't have like that fierce edge to him. He doesn't have like that warrior, that pushback. He's kind of like a fold kind of kid, you know, a little bit softer. And that's why we put him in jiu-jitsu, and he loves it. He loves it. He loves it. I don't go see him all the time. I see him maybe once a week, sometimes every other week. It's only been a month though, so I don't expect him to be fucking Tom Hardy, you know. So with that being said though, I went today. I just got done watching it, and bro, my son was fucking trying to kick. So, okay, you have to do this thing. We have to take a kid down. You're not allowed to punch and kick. Brian's running up and kicking the kid in the shin and ducking away. Not being a good partner. So, and I never ever try to say anything when he's on the mat. Once your shit comes off and you get on that mat, you're out of my hands because I don't want to overstep any boundaries. I don't know how it works. Yeah. But if I was teaching a class, I wouldn't want teachers to constantly fucking chip in. So I'm like, okay. But Brian was kicking, so I do say something. Yeah. I'm like, Brian, stop kicking, right? And he was like, he asked teacher, hey, I can kick, and he's like, no, you can never kick in here. He's like, okay. So he stops. So then the kid gets on his back, and Brian has to submit, and he has to just submission of your choice, right? So Brian lays on his fucking. He doesn't know any of them, bro. He hasn't grasped any of it since he's been there. And that's okay because it's a month, and I know how my son is, and you know it's gonna take a little longer than it would maybe a different kid. But I was watching him, and I got hot. My skin got hot, like sweaty, because I felt like I never feel embarrassed about when he does shit, but that made me feel kind of like embarrassed for him and for me. Because if you look around the room, I look naturally like the most intimidating guy in there. Not saying I can beat everybody's ass, but just based off pure looks. Boom, you got me. Then you have my son. And he could not do a fucking submission. So he went from trying to kick the kid to not knowing what to submit. Then he started doing this like, get up, get up, get up. Right? Like it's a fucking movie, which pissed me off, bro. So all that happened. Not to mention, he kept talking over his fucking teacher. He kept being rambunctious. He kept yelling stuff. And he just wasn't taking it serious. He's being like lollygag and da-da-da-da-da. So we got in the car and I told him, a couple things. You need to take it serious. You need to fucking lock it in. It's okay to have fun. I don't expect you to be a professional, but you can't be talking over your teacher. You can't be talking to someone else when he's trying to teach you something. You need to try at least to apply it, and you need to act your age because you are the oldest and the newest in your thing.
My dad had that kind of conversation with me when I was playing baseball. At about Brian's age, I was doing the same thing, just fucking off. I was the kid in the outfield sitting crisscross applesauce, picking fucking grass and shit. And so on the way home from practice that day, he was like, do you want to do that? Do you want to play baseball? Because if you don't, it's fine. But I'm not going to keep wasting money on this if this is something that you're not going to take serious. So if you want to do it or you don't want to do it.
Yeah. And you told him?
I told him no. I don't want to do this.
You regret it?
No.
So.
No regrets.
Facts. Not even a letter. But all of that, bro, I'm saying all that to say this, right? I gave him the whole talk, dad, talk, yada, yada. Lock it in. But I'm not being rude. I'm still trying to be a father that's understanding because I know my son better than anybody. I'm the one that taught him to tie his fucking shoes, and it took us forever because he kept crying. And I'm not a soft parent, though. So basically why I'm saying all of this, bro, is that's what I've dealt with right before I got here. Keep in mind, I didn't get no sleep because Wolves indeed 1-5. We'll talk about that in a minute.
They did.
But I realized, bro, that I need to maybe join jiu-jitsu sooner than I anticipated because I know the only way for my son to be great or to meet the expectation maybe I have on him or for him to move at a faster rate is if I can also teach him at home, outside of it. He has a bunch of kids in his class. He can't isolate my son. Now, if I go there and I learn these things, I can apply that. And I was like, dude, my son, since day one, has made me a better person, whether it's, you know, something I'm doing for him or just morally or whatever. And even like this is a perfect example of like, who knows if I actually would have ever went to jiu-jitsu. I'm not going to do it yet because I can't afford to constantly.
Yeah.
But as soon as I can, more than likely I will because I'm not going to want this to drag. Yeah. If it's 3 months in and he doesn't know how to put you in a fucking chokehold, at least I'm going to be like, bitch, you know? So yeah, man. How's your day been?
My day's been all right. Kind of laid back. Didn't really do much. Sat around with Jace. Thugging, watching movies and shit.
Okay. That's the life. That's the American dream, my boy.
Nothing really big. Just refreshing TikTok, and I have a new name now.
Do you?
My name is Star Wars Shirt Guy. That's who I am now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them comments started out Star Wars Shirt Guy. Da 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 da. Star Wars Shirt Guy. Da 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 da. But they were both wearing Star Wars shirts.
So,
which yours wasn't as
you couldn't really tell
pronounced, yeah.
You can, yeah. It was.
You would have to actually like.
Yeah, it was Django on that bitch, with no D, actually Django Fat. But for those of you
Django
who do not
no D transgender Django,
yeah,
no D.
Are you assuming? So for those of you who do not know, we had a little motion on TikTok for a Star Wars clip and a LeBron versus Kevin Gates clip from last week. It's super exciting shit. Just to have some virality, you know, it's like 40 or 50K and it's steadily climbing, 1,000 likes, yada, yada, yada. When it initially happened, how did you feel?
I don't know. Not as excited as I thought I would be, just because maybe my bar is a little bit higher. Okay. You know, that might just be an age thing. It might be. I'm not sure what it is. It might just be, you know, have been around someone who's gone viral you know, doing something for so long, it's like, all right, this is cool, but this is not the goal. So I do appreciate it. I am, you know, grateful that we got that kind of motion, but it's not like to where I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied.
Do you think if it was 1 million views or a couple 100,000?
I don't know. I think when some money starts coming in, then I'm like,
yeah.
Which it sounds bad, but
That's healthy to be that way though, because you can't get wrapped up in the numbers and the possibility of fucking it up once you finally get something. Which, to be honest, the videos aren't viral, but we've been flirting with the algorithm. So, well, you have really more so because you're the one that edits it and drops it and everything else. We've been flirting with the algorithm for so long that there's just constant confirmations. 3,000, 2,000 views, you know, 30,000 views and shit like that. And, you know, it's going to continue to be that way because what you're doing is working, whether it's the clips, the edit, the whole package. But I think maybe why, for one, yes, being around me and whatnot and like what I had go on, but I think also maybe it's because you just genuinely enjoy it. You enjoyed 5 comments as much as you enjoyed 600 comments.
Yeah, it's almost overwhelming because at first I was replying to everybody, but then it got to a point where I was like, I can't keep up with this.
Isn't it crazy to think when I went viral, like I was commenting to everybody for weeks.
Yeah, I can't.
I would catch up. I would lay in bed and be like.
See, I think there's pros and cons to both. I think not responding to every single body, every single body, every single person might make the people you do reply to feel a little bit more special. It could be like, well, he just replies to everybody. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But at the same time, on the other side of that coin, responding to everybody might stand you out as an artist or a creator or whatever it is you want to call yourselves. It's like, wow, this guy actually takes the time to connect with each individual person. Yeah. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to both.
Yeah. I will say you're right. But for me, from experience, I don't comment to nearly as much as I should. Just honestly, because it's too much from too many different angles, you know, with Facebook and shit too. And even like my Instagram, I don't have fat videos, but it's just kind of like all in the same mix.
Yeah.
It's just all.
Yeah.
I think that me commenting to everybody early on helped me
maintain
some of the great.
Yeah.
I mean, some people still the same names vouching for me, tattooing my, all that. And now, whenever I comment, and I know that some people do notice when I comment now because some chick specifically wrote me a big heartfelt DM about sobriety and shit. And at the very end, she's like, I don't know if you're gonna respond, but I saw that you responded to a couple people's comments, and I didn't want to put my shit in the comment section. So here's the hoping.
Yeah.
And she sent it, and because of that bottom, I took the time to be like, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So you're right on both sides. But also, you wanted motion. Like you wanted this kind of motion for so long. You gotta
for sure.
You gotta this is what you always wanted.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but
2 hands, man.
I'll do something similar.
You gotta fucking get it going, dog.
But that made me think, like, what is going viral? Like, is there?
Yeah.
From everything I've looked at, there's no specific number. Like this amount of views.
Yeah.
Does it? From everything I've looked at, it's mainly a time span. So like the key points are rapid spread. Key characteristic is the fast and widespread nature of the sharing. So like if you have a video that's been up for I don't know, let's say a year and it gets 1 million views, and then you drop a video that's up for 48 hours and it gets 1 million views, that shorter period of time would lend more towards that being a viral clip.
Yeah.
It's not just the amount of views, it's the time in which it happened, which
I think I agree with that. I think also just the irregularity of it, right? TikTok, too bad it's not everywhere, but TikTok, we had 159 followers when we dropped it.
Like 2 days ago. And then now we're up to almost 500.
Right. And the videos are, so you go from 100 and some change followers to 50,000 views on a video. I think if you compare that.
Yeah.
Now, if I had 2 million followers and one of my videos did 100K.
That's not
200K.
as, yeah.
That ain't shit. Even 1 million, it'd be like, oh, you can, okay.
So maybe it's if your views exceed your follow count in a short period of time.
Yeah,
That's gonna be my definition.
Yeah, I think it's just however you want to take it. Like, I'm not gonna walk around and say we're just keeping viral, but it's like, hey, y'all see what's up, because those same numbers that we have, a lot of other podcasters would love to get that.
Yeah,
right there,
for sure, 100%.
They just want one video to have double. Before that, how bad would you have wanted for one of your videos to have 40 or 50K on it organically? You would have been like, bitch.
Mm-hmm. No,
like,
for sure.
everything you would have wanted was right there, and now you got it double. You know, the Bronny video still has a few thousand, so it's like hit or miss or whatever.
Yeah,
and like one day you're gonna have 100K, 200K, and we're gonna keep.
And that's why I'm saying I don't want to be like, okay, this is the standard now. So if this doesn't happen, I'm gonna be fucked up about it.
Yeah, no, don't ever be fucked up.
No, I'm just enjoying the ride.
It's healthy how you're looking at it, to be honest.
I'm not trying to be like, Mama, we made it. Next video.
Yeah, nah. And then it gets stressful. You don't ever want to put stress on it. This is just a fun little outlet.
I'm trying to make this fun.
Yeah.
Not get too fucking stressed. I don't have too much today. I was thinking, we could riff on some shit.
Let's talk about Wolves in 5, dog. Real quick.
Let's talk about that.
I just want to say, for everybody that counted out the Minnesota Timberwolves, y'all can suck my dick.
Suck his dick.
Hey, Wolves in 5. I told y'all before the series, motherfuckers got blinded by Luka Doncic and LeBron.
Got 2 nuts. You can pick one and suck it.
One's called Luka, the other's called LeBron.
Ooh, your nuts are named Luka and LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Freaky ass. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they won in 5.
They did. And you know what's crazy is last night, Rudy Gobert had 27 points, 24 rebounds.
Yeah, he was
monstrous.
Doesn't make sense.
He never plays like that. But how? It's like,
who was it? You saw Freddie Gibbs' tweet. He said, "Man, how the fuck y'all let Rudy Gobert send y'all to Cancun?"
Listen, how poetic is this, bro? Motherfuckers let a hate on him, bro, and it makes no sense. He's a 4-time all.
He started COVID.
Man of the year.
He started COVID. He's not gonna be forgiven for that.
What is that movie? Brad Pitt. It's hard to not get
Moneyball. It's hard not to be romantic about baseball.
Okay, about sports in general. That's what I always think, right? We always have these little stories and shit.
Yeah.
It's hard not to get romantic about it, bro. What happened last year? Luka Doncic hit one of the coldest shots on Rudy Gobert, put him on an island, put him on skates, splash, sent us home. And that's the one picture we remember from the whole fucking series.
Good times.
How is it in Game 5, Rudy has the greatest playoff game of his career? Yeah. And he sends Luka back to Poland nice and early.
Poland?
Wherever the fuck he from. I'm just saying. To be honest, bro,
if you're from Europe, you're Polish.
Polish, fuck it.
That's it.
Luka is, he's one of the greatest offensive basketball players ever, even when he's 50%.
Yeah,
unhealthy.
His defense is not.
Bro, he was so buns on defense that I'm pissed that we lost last year. But we had to learn. Here we are. Also, say what you will about LeBron being with Luka, but when you have fucking Kyrie in his bag like he was, you're good, bro. Kyrie is so slept on. Like, LeBron don't win that against the Warriors without prime Kyrie. And people dismiss him. And you got to remember, that's when fucking Kalani cheated on him with Party Next Door during that same series. It was midway through that series. Yeah. So he was already on demon time. He had no distractions. He was like, all right, bitch, fuck you, fuck everybody. And he got in his bag, boy.
Yeah, I don't know if Kyrie's going to... I don't know if he's going to... Well, he'll come back, but I don't know if he's going to be... That... What was it? His ACL? At that age, with that wear and tear on your body. Performing at that level for that many years.
Yeah.
And then you get an injury like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who knows? I'm not going to sit here and say, he's for sure not going to be able to ball like he was balling before. But if he does come back and he's kind of just like I always make this example, like he's like a 2011 Vince Carter. Like I remember when I was a kid, 2011, I was probably 17 or 18. I don't know. And we got Vince Carter. I was like, Vince Carter plays for the fucking Mavericks? Yes. And then I was watching him kind of just... Jokes really, that was just buddy. We won the finals that year. He wasn't on the team when we won the finals. I don't think so. Y'all fact check me. 2011 was Vince Carter. I mean, I have a computer here, but I'm not gonna. I want y'all to let me know.
Yeah, let us know.
But I was super excited, and then I watched him kind of just. Okay, he's a good way to sell tickets, sell jerseys.
Yeah. You know, he has played just as long as LeBron has right now. If LeBron plays next year, then he'll have exceeded Vince Carter's time. I don't think LeBron's going to retire yet.
Man, there's so many good play across sports. I was thinking about this yesterday. To where we really can't hang championships over people's heads. Like, oh, well, you're not one of the greats because you didn't. There are so many fucking amazing individual athletes across football, baseball, basketball, hockey, like you name it, that didn't get shit, but it's like they were still one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah. Are you saying that because you're going to tell me about LeBron and MJ? Because MJ's better. Forever.
No, I wasn't going to.
Okay, bet. Charles Barkley was like, come on, man. I don't know, my eyes got itchy, but Charles Barkley.
You really got your hands up about LeBron right now. No one even said LeBron, and you were like, well, so were you about to say LeBron?
Get him the fuck out of here. Get him to Cancun. Took that shit to heart.
I see that.
Charles Barkley was like, come on, man. We're going to still talk about MJ and LeBron. This is before the series started. He was like, dude, of course he's going to have more points, more. MJ did it way less. Bro's been playing damn near double the amount of time of MJ, and he still hasn't caught him on rings and Defense Player of the Years. He's like, can we just stop arguing about it, bro? Like, you ain't going to convince nobody.
No.
A young dude's never going to think MJ is the best.
No.
It's all generational.
It's like religion and politics. Yeah. You're never going to sit down with an MJ fan, an MGK fan, and a LeBron fan,
and an Eminem fan,
and try to convince.
Yeah,
you know, it's like it's a pointless argument.
I mean, I think Kobe's the best. In my opinion, I think Kobe's the best because that motherfucker was so good, and he broke his fucking foot, and he was out there like,
broke everything,
fucking broke
ACL.
Yeah. I mean, he has that dog mentality.
Not
bro.
ACL. What did he tear his Achilles?
Yeah, he tore that shit. I mean, bro is different, and he got him too without Shaq. And people are like, he only won because of Shaq. And he's like, bro, if you go look at the fucking points per game, like they're, it's not like he was just being fucking carrying me, Shaq. He definitely contributed.
I mean, in my personal opinion, I don't think it is a which player is the best.
Yeah, it's just
because it's different generations, it's different skill levels, different. I think there's generations. Michael Jordan was the best in his generation. Yeah, Kobe was the best in his generation. LeBron. Coming from a LeBron fan, I think he just needs to hang it up because you get to a point where you can start to diminish your legacy by doing what he's.
I think he's good still. I mean, he's still dropping buckets. Did you see what I saw? Did
I see what you saw?
Did you see what I saw that one time I went by the? No, Did you see what I said in the group chat when I was talking to Nick?
I don't know, dude. I check my phone. It's like 300 messages in that group chat. I'm just like, well,
bro
missed that one.
I posted something about LeBron getting passed by Ant, like a meme. And he was like, yeah. You know how Nick is. He don't like to give Minnesota their fucking props on anything. He glazed everybody else. He said, that's what happens when you're older, when you're an older athlete, when you're 40. And I was like, yeah, true. But we can't go back in time. But then I started thinking about it. I let it brew. And I was just like, actually, let me take y'all to class real quick, right? Minnesota don't get respect from anybody outside of Minnesota, period. No. In nothing. Music, sports, nothing. Why are you trying to add to the disrespect? You should be proud of. I said, you know how I'm a loyal person because whether or not you're my homie, you're my family, you're representing my home state, you're putting my state on your back, yada yada. I want you to win. I want no ill at all. I want you to win, right? That's because that's how I'm programmed. I have no haterism for things that I love.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, what are you doing right now? You always talking shit about Ant. You know, like, and that's not just him. It's just like a lot of people I know. And it's like, bro, it should be us against everybody. Fuck everybody. How you gonna be at home talking shit about bro on the couch? Like, and we have great players that everybody's loving. You should be adding to the love.
You hear that, Nick? He's on your fucking head.
No, you should add to the love, bro. Like, I just don't understand the haterism that people have for people that are doing something for them. Like Minnesota, bro. I've been a lot of different places, bro. And Minnesota does not get. I mean, you say you're from Minnesota, nobody gives a fuck besides Prince and Mall of America.
Yeah, I don't think that's just a Minnesota thing. I think that's just Midwest states. Like no one's
No,
like,
you're
I'm
from Chicago, bro. Motherfuckers lit.
Okay,
from
I'm-
Detroit, lit.
I'm from Iowa. No one gives a fuck.
Okay,
I'm
Iowa,
from Maine.
yeah.
No one. There's
Maine.
exactly my point. No one gives a fuck if you're from Maine. You're from Nebraska. You're from fucking Wyoming, Montana.
Okay, well, when you're Minnesota and you're surrounded by Detroit and Chicago, and you say Minnesota, the point is,
that might be why.
well, Nebraska doesn't have an NBA team, an NFL team. Fucking Iowa doesn't either.
Yeah, but they're stout in college football.
But look at Ohio. They get fucking prop. They get respect, as they should, right? So you're saying like these places that don't have football teams and basketball teams. The whole point of what I'm saying is we have everything. We have hockey, football, basketball. We have a respectable college. We have, and we have things, bro.
It might just be what you're surrounded by.
Exactly. Well, that and plus nobody puts on. Everybody gets on, they dip, or nobody wants to show love where they're from, right? And I told him, I was like, bro, I could easily represent, and this is all in the group chat. I said I could easily represent Texas. Like, it wouldn't be wrong of me. I've been here. I'm like 50-50 at this point, and pretty soon I'm gonna be more Texan than Minnesotan. That's just how it's going. But I'm never gonna not represent where I'm from or what I love,
100%.
because that's how I'm programmed. And when I pop bigger, like everybody knows I'm from Minnesota right now that follows me. But when I get bigger, I'm gonna put on even fucking harder, bro. My second home's gonna be over there. I'm gonna do all types of shit without even being there full time. And I got to telling him like, bro, why would you add to the disrespect? You want people to laugh at you forever, or where you from forever, or you can bitch and complain about your own state to the people that aren't from there that's gonna talk bad about it. That's like going out to LA and like, oh, Minnesota sucks. You're like, yeah, fuck Minnesota. Like, what? Wait, what the fuck? Go move somewhere else then, type shit. So I had to have a conversation. Bro did end up saying at the end of the chat, he said, it's us against everybody, I guess.
All sad.
Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like fucking hold your nuts, bro. Glazing up LeBron and everybody else. Shea, a Canadian, bro. Like, what are we doing, dog? You're from Minnesota.
Yeah, but he's not
Support-
a Minnesota. He's just a sports fan.
He's born and raised in Minnesota, and anytime you talk good about certain people from Minnesota, he's not feeling you. He's like, meh. He just wants to be like the argumentative type. And it's like, well, okay, I love that.
Don't we all?
Yeah, I love that. But don't do it about your people.
Maybe that's not his people.
He's born and raised there.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that what it means to you to everybody. Like, I'm extremely
Right.
proud of being from Texas, but there are people in Texas who are like, oh, okay.
Well, that's why I said earlier in the chat, I said, you want to know how I know I'm a loyal person? Like, just individual in general? Because I treat anybody that supports my home state
Yeah.
or things that I love like family and friends. That's just how I am. No haterism. So I threw that out there to let them know, I'm not saying you're not a loyal person, but there's levels to your loyalty.
Yeah.
Levels to your loyalty. Where me and you is unconditional, right? I mean, Dallas, everything. You represent Dallas as me all day.
I don't even fuck with college football. People are like, hey, who's your favorite college? I'm like, TCU. Just because I'm from Fort Worth.
That's what I'm saying. Unconditional with us.
Yeah.
That's why we the same, my boy. You have to have that mentality of us against everybody, bro. And that's how I feel like with MIE or like anything we do, dog. It's always like it's fuck everybody. It's us against y'all. Period.
I don't think this kind of loyalty is. I don't think everybody. I think it comes from, at least for me. I can speak personally. It comes from growing up around not loyal people. So when you finally do get some loyalty, you're like, yeah, I'm holding on to this.
Yeah, probably. But regardless, there's levels to loyalty for certain people, I guess. Not everybody's unconditional. Just like they say you can't fuck with everybody 360. Either way you paint that picture, it's going to look different, right?
Well, I can't remember who said it, but he said, this has nothing to do with this, but he said, you never step in the same river twice because the water's constantly moving. So even if you go step in the same river, your foot's not touching the same water, so you never step in the same. I think Marcus Aurelius said that. Yeah, you never step in the same river twice. I think it was Marcus Aurelius.
That's a bar. For those of you who do not know, love is not enough is tatted on my neck. I'm going to cover it with the old school Timberwolf logo just because it's a part of my life that I want to just get rid of and forget about. But you found it? I say all that to say it means loyalty is more important than love.
Heraclius. He was one of them fucking Polish guys. I was right.
Luca granddaddy.
Not for real.
So, yeah, man, that's... Do you think I came off a little harsh? Nah.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't think I did. Because that's my homie, that's my bro, and I just want to keep it a buck with him. But we got to stop. People from Minnesota, we got to stop hating on people that are putting on for our state. Minnesota gets no respect. Don't add to the disrespect, man. Be proud about yours.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree 100%. But there are people that just don't care.
Levels to loyalty.
Like, yeah, I was born here, but I'm not like...
Levels to loyalty.
Like you were saying about you're not like patriotic. Like I just live in America. It's the same thing on a state level. Like, yeah, I'm from Texas, but I'm not
but
like...
when it comes like the Olympics, I want America to win in everything. I'm not gonna want my Americans to go bad. You know, so that's what I'm saying. There's levels to it. Like, yeah, it's just like if you represent something I love, bet I want you to win.
All right. Speaking of speaking of wanting to win, just because of the picture, they'll see it. So what's more likely to happen? All right, I know you're not too informed on baseball in and out. I mean, you know enough to watch a game. An average dude has 50 attempts to complete one pass 10 yards down the field in the NFL, or put a ball into play in 50 at bats in the MLB. So you got 50 chances to throw the ball 10 yards, or you got 50 chances to just put the ball into play, which means it has to go, into play. You
gotta hit the ball. You gotta hit the ball, and I got you.
Not foul out. Actually, hit it.
Throwing the ball 10 yards.
It's more likely.
Yeah, more likely. You're gonna be more likely to do that.
Yeah, dude, hitting a fastball is so fucking impossible. They say that you have to decide if you're gonna swing before the pitcher even throws the ball.
These overweight, hairy ass men who can't touch their knees,
but they can fucking
are gonna be in this bitch talking about please hit a ball. It's like fucking easy. Nah, bro. No, that shit is ridiculous, bro. And you feel that shit. There's a reason why baseball players have broken fucking wrists all the time and broken hands. I mean, that's a fact. There's 100 miles per hour.
There's a condition named after a baseball player. You get Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, you're out of there, bro.
Like if it's named after a baseball player, like
what is the surgery? What is it for?
It's something to do with your elbow. I think pitchers get it. Could be wrong, but y'all let me know.
Yeah, bro, that shit's impossible.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree. But yeah, I mean, if you don't understand, remember that show Sports Science?
Yeah.
There was an episode where they broke down how impossible it is to hit a fastball, like a major league fastball. It's fucking like you have to decide. Okay, before he even throws the ball, am I gonna swing?
That's why you gotta know tendencies and shit.
Yeah, you can't be like, all right, I'm gonna wait till he throws it, because by the time his hand does this, the catcher already has the ball. Like that thing is.
Yeah, your reaction time is not gonna catch up, dude. I wonder, like,
it's not based off reaction time. It's based off like, all right, what's he finna do?
So I'm saying your reaction time couldn't even.
But your average fans are like, oh, why would you swing at that? Like,
and it's like, well,
it's a game between the pitcher and the batter. Like they're fucking with, like they're like, all right, he's thrown this many.
Yeah.
He's probably, it's like gambling. He's probably gonna throw. Well, he needs to.
He has tendencies too. That's when coaching and everything comes into play, scouting and all that. Yeah, bro. Fuck all that. But
definitely say it's more likely for an average man to have 50 attempts to throw the ball 10 yards.
That's why it's so impressive that fucking MJ went from NBA to baseball back to the NBA.
Yeah, you know who doesn't get a lot of credit for that?
Prime.
He actually went to the MLB and like balled out.
Yeah, Prime.
Michael Jordan just kind of was like.
He was just MJ smoking a cigar on the side like
Babe
Ruth. Yeah.
Nah, and obviously Bo Jackson, but
yeah, Bo Jackson. But I did know that Prime was pretty good, and he would go play
Really good.
baseball.
He'd play them in the same year.
Yeah, he'll do baseball, and then same night he would have to go do football.
Yeah, like
That's why Shador Sanders' ass got picked 5th. Yeah.
what, are you finna go run off and play baseball, little boy? I don't think
his
so.
Ass, hey, they had his ass at a school or something, talking to like athletes that or young kids that want to be athletes or something like that.
So just
And
have a
that
rich
fool,
dad.
That fool AB was like, yeah, that's what happens when you a 5th round pick. He's like, where's all that cocky shit now? I was like, damn.
I mean, he lost hella bread by going 5th, but he already has bread, so it doesn't matter. Which brings me to my next point.
Let's hear it. 'Cause
I think that these NIL deals, which for those who don't know, NIL stands for name, image, and likeness. So you
Yeah.
can get contracts based off of you're selling yourself. The school's not going to sell. School's not going to throw you money for selling your jersey, but you
Yeah.
can now. So before, collegiate athletes were not allowed to make money. You couldn't have a
Yeah.
job. You couldn't have a side hustle. You couldn't take endorsements. You were not allowed to make money, period. So they were like, well, this isn't fair. These kids are getting injured and like putting their life on the line for this college that really doesn't, there's no benefits besides you might go to the NFL.
I mean, you're getting.
So I think these, go ahead.
No, that's fine. You can finish. I'll tell you.
I think these NIL deals are fucking up the NFL. And we just saw it in this draft. This kid, Shador Sanders, went 5th. It doesn't matter. He could have went first. He could have went 5th.
I don't think you win because of an NI.
No, I'm not
deal.
saying that. I'm saying the impact. I'm not saying he got drafted 5th because of his NIL deals. I'm saying the impact of the draft is not as.
It's Prime's son. He has money. He had money in.
But it's not
diapers.
just him. Like there's other athletes that are getting these deals that they're. So before you get drafted, you're broke.
Yeah.
Your family's broke. You get drafted, it's like, oh my god, I just
Nah,
I have the chance to like.
You know what I realized is that everybody at draft had a fucking fat
Yeah,
ass
they're
chain.
like if they don't get drafted, it's like I mean it sucks because I'm not gonna go to the NFL, but like bread wise, I'm fine. It's not as
Couple things.
getting drafted is not like is impactful.
I think I have mixed feelings about it because one, how many athletes we know that were like super phenomenal?
No, they
then
deserve to get paid.
hurt. But at the same time, I would like to say they shouldn't get paid because of what you said. You get paid when you go to the big leagues, not when you're in school.
They should get reimbursed, but not millions of dollars.
Because here's why. Here's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I don't even think they should do that. Because look, you're already getting free schooling. You know you're getting taken care of on campus. Everything. It's pretty much free ride. You just got to handle your business.
I mean, you get your meals paid for.
Yeah, you get everything you need, bro. It's a free education and this and that. And that to me is
Valuable in itself.
yeah, like that's a lot of money right there, you know? Now, maybe if you want to give them like a little salary or something like that, I guess, but I think
Like some spending money.
I think unless it's a season-ending injury, then nobody should get paid. I think because
How would you do it? You run a college football program.
oh, I just told you. You're getting free schooling, you're getting free lodging, meals, you're getting everything you need. Just how they used to do it. But if something happens and you blow out your fucking MCL, ACL, and you can't ever play again, then
There should be some kind of like
compensation.
reimbursement.
Yeah,
for,
you get to finish out your schooling until you graduate or within a certain time, and then you'll get your money. Maybe we'll give you, I don't know, fucking $200K or whatever we would have gave you, like a smaller portion of it, obviously. And yeah,
okay,
that's
sorry,
the best.
we broke your leg. Here's some bread.
I mean, it's a risk for everybody, bro. It's a risk for NFL players. It's a risk for.
Well, that's
anybody.
what makes it exciting. It's
Yeah.
I'm really on a journey to I want to go to the NFL. Now you start
Yeah.
giving them millions of dollars in college, you're like, all
They
right.
don't give a fuck. That's gonna take the integrity out of it too, bro, and the morality. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I just feel bad for some players that probably should have gotten paid, but everybody else, it's like, man, take your ass to the fucking.
Mm-hmm. It takes that hunger, because that was one thing I always loved about college sports was like these dudes are out here fucking balling, because they're trying. They got a goal.
Yeah. Well, we're watching the death of sports, period, bro. So, but I will say the NBA the first rounds series, this has been the most views in like a really long time. And if you think about it, I mean, motherfuckers be throwing hands.
Good.
You got Luka and LeBron playing against Ant for one. You got Steph Curry and the Rockets, and they're literally like they're like borderline,
like blow for blow.
Yeah, no, they're going at it. You got the Knicks and Pistons, getting busy.
I really want to see the Knicks make it out of the East.
I want to see the Knicks versus the Wolves in the fucking finals.
Yeah, see, I don't have a dog in the fight.
Come on, Cat.
Now I'm looking at. Okay, who do I want? I want from the West. I want the Wolves because they've never had a chip. From the East, I want the Knicks.
Oh, that's why.
Well, at this point, I'm watching as a basketball fan. My team is not even in the conversation.
You want Minnesota? That's your second home, baby.
I'm looking at what would be a fun finals to watch.
The Wolves versus the Knicks because of the storyline behind it. Julius Randle and DDV's with us. And Cat's over there. And plus, their coach used to be our coach. Thibodeau.
There's some connections.
Thibodeau. So all of it would be like, let's see what happened with that trade.
A lot of bad blood.
Oh, man.
A lot of people.
That's why I'm hoping the Warriors can clean up and handle business against the Rockets because whoever wins that series plays us.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play Steph Curry because Ant's already knocked out Joker, Luka, LeBron, Durant, Booker.
I wouldn't put Luka in that conversation or Booker just yet.
He did.
No, but as far as I wouldn't put them in the same conversation as Kevin Durant, LeBron James.
Why?
Because they're not legends yet. They're young.
Well, they're greats. They're going to be greats.
They're going to be.
Well, they're all considered to be better. Up until recently, they were all considered to be the better player in general than him. Ant, I would say offensively, has the edge still, but he's not a better player than Ant.
Who?
Luka. Luka's not a better player than Ant.
I would say
only offensively.
Offensively, yes, but all around player, no.
All around, nah, he's not doing it. If I'm picking one or the other, it's gonna be Ant.
Because you're gonna get buckets out of both.
You're gonna get buckets, but also
you need somebody who has a
younger.
fucking spine on defense.
Yeah, he's younger. He plays great defense. Mm-hmm. He's infectious. His whole team's acting like him in that bitch. That's all they want. But yeah, man.
That chemistry is...
Jimmy Butler also played for us, and he fucking hates the Wolves, bro. He talks mad shit, and we hate his ass too. And every time he's supposed to play us for the last couple of years, I'm sick, I'm hurt, I'm this and that.
Jimmy Butler's a strange...
bitch ass here, boy.
He's a strange individual. I watched that fucking Starting Five on Netflix.
Yeah.
And he's one of the featured. It's him, Ant...
LeBron.
No. Oh, yeah. LeBron. Two other. It's the white dude from.
Yeah, the basketball movie with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, and then somebody else. I never really paid too much attention to Jimmy Butler, but in that show, I'm like,
he's weird as fuck, bro.
Bro scares the hoes.
Yeah,
he's a dude at the party that like scares off the hoes. Like, all right, well, we gotta go. It's like, fucking thanks, Jimmy. Why don't you just sit in the corner and shut the fuck up?
Yeah,
we're finna get some.
Yeah,
your weird ass had to come out here talking about pyramids and shit.
Honestly, fuck Jimmy Butler, bro. And I'm telling you, if Curry's in the mix, it's Wolves in 6. You heard?
No, we don't know about that yet because my boy's thumb is.
Hey, but that's what I'm saying. If he's in the mix, now if we gotta play the Warriors and Curry's not there,
see, I'm in your shoes.
It's not fair. Wolves in 4.
If I'm in your shoes, I want Curry to play.
Oh, of course, I want to add to the Infinity Stones.
I don't want to be like, oh, you only lost, you only won because.
Bro. If he cannot, he's not even 24 yet.
Steph Curry? No, I'm just fucking.
He don't look like
he's 42. What are you talking about?
Nah, his ass ball. But no, fucking, bro, I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you. I don't know. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. This is turning into a fucking sports podcast. Did you watch Havoc?
Not yet.
With Tom Hardy?
Not yet.
Okay, fuck that.
I've been watching.
There's a lot of good movies out. A lot.
I've been waiting. For some reason, when I watch the website that we watch, that will remain unnamed, beep. When I watch it on the living room TV, if it's a new movie, it's choppy. If I watch it in the bedroom, it's fine. If I watch it here, it's fine. But for some reason, the living room TV,
you probably gotta
it might be the PS4 because the PS5's in here, the PS4's in the living room, and then the bedroom's a smart TV. So it might just be the PS4.
Yeah. So
at my house where we're not at right now.
A couple movies that I do want to see that I haven't even seen yet.
Mickey for work.
Yeah, Mickey 17. I want to watch that. I want to watch Novocaine, where he can't feel nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That shit looks pretty good.
That's an actual condition. There's people like don't have like feelings
I mean,
physically.
Could you imagine?
But it's supposed to be like dangerous at the same time because they're saying like you could be on fire in the middle of the night, like your house could be burning and you have no idea because you can't feel your skin burning.
There's another condition where dude ejaculates every so often, just randomly. He has to be walking. Hey, I swear to God, yeah. No, I seen the video, bro. His ass walking.
I need that.
No, he fucking hates it, bro. He's like cries and shit, bro, because it's think about that, bro. If you would nut every fucking couple hours, that would
you have to wear diapers.
Eventually, bro, you would hate all of it.
Coming. The pump is like coming.
And he makes like a little noise and shit. Like he literally nuts and he can't help it. Nothing you can do about it, dog. I mean, how fucked up would that be, bro? For real.
I don't make a noise when I nut.
Bro's a sociopath. He just
it's eye contact with myself.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate you.
Guess I'll text you.
There's waters and fruit snacks in the kitchen.
Yeah. Peace.
See yourself out.
Yeah.
Wolves in 6.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That'd be a fucked up condition to have. I'm not gonna lie. So
but anyways, yeah,
Novocaine, Mickey 17. What is it? The Woman in the Yard or whatever?
I don't know about that one.
That bitch look hard to me. There's one movie I'm waiting to fucking hit the fucking. It's Until Dawn.
I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
What?
I'm not gonna beep it twice.
Fuck.
Thank God for editing.
Yeah. There's a movie called Until Dawn, which is like they have to survive until the morning and they keep dying in different ways, and it's like a horror film.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that shit to hit. The Accountant 2 with Ben Stiller.
That's Stiller. Gonna. It's every episode, dog.
Yeah. Ben Affleck. He that shit looks fucking tough, bro. A lot of people hate on that fool and the Accountant, but I thought that shit was hard.
Can you imagine fucking Ben Stiller in that role?
Yeah. Honestly, Ben Stiller is the man though.
Yeah. That's another one of those separate the art from the artist things for me though.
Is it?
Yeah, bro is way left. Way
like Democrat?
Like even more left down the street than from that. Like, I think if a baby wants to transition, they should be allowed to. Like, you should ask your baby consent before you change his diaper left.
Yeah.
But hilarious. Makes great movies.
Whatever. Yeah. Fuck it. Anyways,
just killed Ben Stiller dreams. Did like him.
Nah, people just annoying me so bad. But there is a few other movies though that I saw. I just haven't been able to watch them, bro, because the fucking playoffs are going or it's late and like I can't watch the shit in my room. So, because I have the PS5 in that bitch, and you can't do it. You can't go in the web browser like that.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
And I'm sure there's ways around. They always got ways around it, but I'm like, I'm not doing all that, bro.
Yeah, like if you go to Twitter and then you type in Google.com and then someone sends you a DM and then I'm like, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, dog. We're just gonna keep it chill.
Just watch shit on my phone.
Yeah, basically. Or I watch a lot of sports podcasts lately. I usually do this around playoff times. I always, I mean, all fucking day, whether it's music, that, or anime. That's how I pass my days.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But you know what else I've been thinking? I want your advice. But I want you to tell me for real. I did call Nick.
I love giving my advice.
I told Nick earlier, and he says, I don't blame you. Basically.
Oh, we're about to get
I don't have money to
Me neither.
Straight up buy a bike. Like the bike I really want, right? So I got to dumb it down and get a bike that's I wouldn't mind having for however long. Just a motorcycle of some sort, right? So my price range is whatever. But bills, extracurriculars, I got anniversary, Mother's Day, Steph's birthday, all hitting in the next month.
Yeah. This
Smack.
from
right?
like August to December.
Your-
We're fucked.
Your birthday's right there. And we'll talk about what you want to do for your birthday. But
Nothing.
oh wait, we talked about it actually already. I'm tripping. But my question is, I really want a fucking motorcycle. And Stephanie, at first, I was like, hey, how about this? I'll buy my bike first because it's easier to buy one bike than it is two, you know, less saving. Just get a bike. One of us has a bike. It's going to make the other one be like, we got to get the other bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had a big thing about it. And she was like, well, we were both supposed to get bikes. And I was like, I understand. And I want that to happen. But I mean, to be real with you, you work way less now because I don't want you to be stressed out. I want you to be home with the kids. I took on the role of making, you know, more payments on everything else we need so you don't have to worry as much. Of course, she does everything too, you know, just a lot less now. Right. So financially, I'm taking on this bigger burden, which is fine. As a man, you should do that. I don't need no fucking cookies for that or anything like that. Right. And, you know, I'm always trying to like be like this perfect husband and this dad and still chase my dreams and still be positive and uplift. You know how I am. And I was like, I can't get us both bikes because you can get bikes in payments. I can't do anything in payments, period. I've already tried multiple times. We can always get your bike off of one of my music checks or even less than a music check, depending on the payment, right? And we can get you a motorcycle. For me, I have to save up and get it, and it would be easier and get done quicker if we just do that straight up. I know I'm taking a long time to get to the question, but this is all kind of just like,
Do your thing, mother.
I told her, I said, don't you want me to like wouldn't you want me to have a bike? Like I waited 2 years to do the class with your ass. I waited for you to get your license. You didn't even want a motorcycle until it was like, okay, let's get, you know, it's all my thing. And I'm trying to like be patient and wait with you. And you know what's frustrating is I want her to feel this way without me saying it, right? And that's the hardest thing for me, bro. Is like, it's like the whole Minnesota represent, you know, you want them to love you for, it's like the same thing, bro. It's like, I'm taking on all these extra things and that's fine. I gladly do it. I can't wait till you ain't got to do nothing. But you don't want me to just go get my bike? Knowing I've waited for so long. Instead, you know, she kind of threw a fit and she was like, well, we're supposed to wait, you know, and get both of them. And I want to do that. But if we get my bike in cash, we can go get yours after, right? And instead of, and I didn't want to have to be like, don't you want me to have the bike? Because I want her to feel that way on her own, right? Because that's how we would be. You know, I want you to, you do a lot. Just go, I know how bad you want to do something. Just go do it. I don't know if I'm gaslighting for that or whatever, but.
I don't know what that means.
Gaslight's when you like make somebody feel something or you say something and like you like manipulate it into it being what's said. So like gaslighting and like calling somebody fucking crazy and saying this and that and that. And you know you weren't being crazy. And you're just like.
You're trying to make me feel crazy.
Yeah. Like you're gaslighting them. Like,
okay.
Like,
I always hear that,
okay.
but I have no idea what it means.
Yeah, it's like making it's like forcing something. It's like you have to Google like exactly how to
Y'all let us know.
Well, that's what it means, bro. It's just like anyway, so okay. I'm saying all that to say I'm gonna buy a fucking bike. Eventually she was like, you should get a bike. But it had to be like the whole conversation turned into like, you're right. I fucking hate that. I don't know if I'm tripping for that. If I'm a weird person for feeling that way or trying to like make it about that, because like I said, everything I do as a man, and I should do it and I should want to do it. At the same time, shouldn't you want your significant other to fucking have something that they've been obsessing over and it was their idea, this and that, right? Regardless of what your answer is, I was thinking about
I don't even know what the question
selling. Oh, well, I've been thinking about selling.
I don't know what your answer is going to be. I've never heard the fucking question. So
well, I'll say, am I tripping for that for one, right? But that wasn't really the question I was asking. Because maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm being like manipulative and like, you know, certified gaslighter and shit like that. But I've been thinking about selling some stuff now, you know, stuff that I own, to help get the motorcycle that I would be okay with. I mean, it's not gonna be a brand new $18,000 bike, but sell some stuff to get a bike, just so I can get one already.
What would you sell?
For starters, some of my shoes.
Okay.
And I don't have to get the whole motorcycle payment in the things that I sell. I can just sell a fat chunk of shoes. That alone's gonna pay for it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got some fucking bangers. But am I being impatient? Because, you know, Sonya's coming into heat. I'm going to have puppies off that. And I can use my little portion of that to pay for something as long as it goes through. Or a verse can get sold at any point in time. Or I can get booked for a fucking show. Or we can, you know, there's multiple different options. But I just got to be patient. But I was kind of thinking, like, even once I get a motorcycle, like, I'm not going to wear sneakers anymore. I'm only going to wear boots because I'm riding a fucking motorcycle. You know, unless it's wintertime, but guess what? In wintertime, I'm not really wearing sneakers like that either.
Yeah.
I'll be wearing boots though, because that's gonna be part of my fucking identity at that
The fuck
point.
is your question?
Should I sell some stuff to get the motorcycle?
I mean,
Or will I regret it?
I don't think you regret selling shoes, because I mean, I couldn't tell you last time I even saw you wear a pair of sneakers.
That's real. That's all I needed to hear.
For me, like, if it comes down to, like, this is the way I look at it. Like, if I'm selling stuff, because I feel like I need to, it's like, all right, that money's gonna be gone and quickly. But that thing, I'm really attached to items. That's just me.
Yeah.
It's not just me, but
you are. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I can sell this, right?
Sentimental.
I can sell it and get $20 for it, whatever. That $20 is going to be gone in like 2 days. Right. This will be just gone forever. Yeah. Like the sentimental attachment I have to this thing is worth more than that dollar amount. Now, obviously, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You hit me with some numbers. I'm like, fuck all that sentimental shit. You can have it.
Yeah. I know I went down the rabbit hole to give you that simple question. I do appreciate your answer.
If I were in your shoes, I wouldn't even get the bike right now, which I know it's hard to say because it's something you really want, but it's like that whole conversation. I didn't hear the word need once. Heard a lot of wants.
Yeah, I don't need anything in life. I don't even need the shoes that I want to sell.
Yeah, well, those aren't. Yeah, but I don't think it's worth. I'm speaking from my perspective, obviously. I don't know your situation complete through and through. Like for me, it wouldn't be worth the financial burden right now.
Yeah.
Like fuck this I would just look at it as another bill. But that's me.
It would actually help bills, believe it or not.
To have another one?
To have a motorcycle, I wouldn't have payments on it. It'd be outright bought. The gas mileage I would save money right there alone. We would only be driving one car because Steph would use Mazda during DoorDash. And then from the moment she picks up the kids that runs her errands, she'd be driving my 4Runner because it's nicer.
We'll just sell the Mazda.
But she needs that for DoorDash. We can't
use the 4Runner.
It's too much on gas. The Mazda gets way better gas mileage. So that's the work car than the 4Runners, right? But the Mazda's paid off, and the motorcycle be paid off. I'd be driving a motorcycle basically to work, to the gym, simple shit, whatever. But it would become, you know. And then it's like shoes. I love my shoes. And one thing about me is I'm like that little kid who doesn't care about his stuff until another kid plays with it.
Yeah,
I'm just like, bitch, give me my shit. Mm-hmm. I would feel like that. Like when I see somebody walking around with like the Obsidian ones or like Black Cat 4s.
Yeah, and then you go sell them and you're like, I had those.
Bitch, I got them.
Yeah.
You know the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Me personally, I don't give a fuck about sneakers. I wear boots, Crocs, and steel toe work shoes. That's pretty much it.
That is true. But I got some bangers, bro.
Yeah. No, I
got some fucking bangers, bro. I don't know if I could part because I might be sad. But I also don't care about buying sneakers. And you're right. I haven't worn sneakers. I mean, I wear them to the gym, bro. Mm-hmm. Because I need to wear them. Yeah. I told Nick that shit on the phone. I was like, man, I be wearing these bitches to the gym.
The only sneakers I really wear are those New Balances.
I mean, you got a pair of Luka Doncic ones in your closet. You know?
Yeah, I do.
those are just some, just first PEs or whatever. But
A forgotten memory.
so was I tripping though about wanting? I mean, like, how you sometimes you want your significant other to just want, like, to feel, or is that just weird of me to feel that way?
I don't think it's weird to feel that way. I think it would be weird to vocalize it.
Yeah.
Because then you're putting pressure on them.
Yeah.
Like, don't you want me to do this? It's like, well, now, yeah.
Yeah, I probably vocalize it, to be honest, like in the moment of the conversation. I can't even cap.
Oh, there's plenty of times where like I'll say something, as soon as it leaves my mouth, I'm like,
Yeah, I think I said it like, bro. I think I said it like almost like. Actually, I don't keep it a beam, bro. I'm pretty sure I was being manipulative, because I know sometimes I can be manipulative because I'll play it back in my head, or even while it's going, I'll be like, ew,
yeah,
I'm tripping,
mm-hmm.
and I know, and it's like I shouldn't be that way. I don't know, bro. I've been doing a lot of soul searching lately, dog.
No, for sure, definitely. The other day, I was sitting right here editing some clips. Had a shitty day at work. Kids were just didn't help.
Yeah.
And Luisa called me, and
about what time is this?
I don't know, probably like 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So the kids were eating. I'm like, all right, let me knock out this clip real quick while I got a little minute, right? She calls me, and she's talking about just, nothing super important, but I was just being super short with her. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then hung up the phone, and I'd sat around, and I was like, I was just being a fucking asshole for no reason. Like, the fact that I had a bad day, I put that on her. Yeah. So I called her back, and it took a lot for me to actually do this, but I called her, and I was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know I'm sorry. Yeah. She's like, for what? I was like, I was really rude to you on the phone just because I had a bad day. It didn't have anything to do with you. It wasn't your fault I had a bad day, but I lashed out at you for, I just want to let you know I am.
Growth.
It was hard.
It is.
But
hard.
After I did it, I was like, this is health. This is how you should behave.
It's normal people.
Am I perfect? Am I always going to be, the perfect person when I'm on the phone? I'm going to get aggravated, and it's going to happen. But I think it's important to recognize, like, you're kind of being a piece of shit there, dude.
Yeah.
Or as opposed to just being like, well, fuck it, it's over. Conversation's over. We'll just never talk about it again. Like, no, you made her feel some type of way for some shit that had nothing to do with her, so you should.
Yeah. I apologize a lot myself. Also, now that we're talking about it, I think I'm just a manipulative spouse, low key. I think I do it in the most nicest way, in the most politest way, and I think I mask it with.
Well, that's perfect time because we got our first guest of the podcast, Stephanie. Go ahead, walk.
yeah. No, like for real, dog. I'm not saying it's gonna change, and maybe I'm, and what's here's the fucked up part is maybe I'm not even the way that I say I am. That might just be how I'm feeling right now with the whole my son being in fucking jujitsu and like how today, and then not like having any sleep last night because
either if you are, if you're not even having that introspective conversation with yourself, is healthy.
Yeah, and I have them a lot. I do actually have them a lot, but I can't lie. I
think it's just part of being a man. Because we're at the end of the day, like we're not perfect. Like we're gonna fuck up. We're gonna piss you off. We're gonna say things we don't mean. But when you get to the point where you recognize you're doing that, I think that shows some kind of growth. Where you're like, whereas before it'd be like, fuck it, it is what it is. I said what I said. Fuck it. Can't put the rabbit back in the box, whatever the fuck they say. But if you can be like, well, hold on, let me look back at that was actually, because that can help you. If you recognize it, then you can stop yourself from doing it in the future potentially. Yeah. I've been fucking up words today. Potentially.
But I'm here with you.
Potentially.
Yeah, I'm here with you. I think that's true. I also think that fuck it, who cares, dog? Hey, we're up. Richard's kids, pussy.
Yeah, that sounded so depressing. Fuck, it doesn't fucking matter.
It comes in waves, dog. Everything comes in waves.
That gave big Tim Duncan.
Yeah, dude, it comes in waves, bro. Like, for real. I think everything, like, there'll be some times where I will feel like hard on myself about shit. And then there'll be times where I'm like, you know, and then it's, you know, fuck, dude, it all sucks. And then, you know, I have no idea, you know, I've never like, you know, there's never been like a healthy husband in the house or
Yeah.
dad. So I'm just out here like navigating and trying to like figure it out
by yourself.
Yeah, and that shit can get tough, bro.
Because even if it was a bad dad, there would still be an example of what not to do. But like that example was what not to do or what to do was not there. Period.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We won't go down the other path. But I think and you know, same thing with my daughter. And lately, I know I'm getting older because like lately I've been thinking about like, if I die, are my kids gonna be okay? Like, not emotionally, obviously, and shit, but
like financially.
Like financially, maybe daddy issues gonna arise with my daughter later on. Is my son gonna become, you know, like,
yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not living my life scared or scary because that's not how the fuck I get down. You know, I didn't survive everything to all of a sudden become like
Yeah.
So I'm just like trying to do what I can while I can, you
That's
know.
fair.
So like my son's in jiu-jitsu mainly so he can protect himself, and I always tell him one day I'm not gonna be here, bro, and you'll be able to take care of your daughter. And Steph hates when I have those conversations because
it's real. I mean, that's
well, she knows how I get sometimes, you know. So she don't like when I talk about that kind of shit. And same thing like my daughter, like I always tell her like how beautiful and how smart she is. Like I fucking smother her with that shit. And I'm always super patient with her. And I shouldn't be. Sometimes I should get off in her ass. But I'm just like, her mom will handle it or whatever. I just don't want her to have fucking daddy issues either. And that's how I know I'm getting older. But also, just so you guys fucking know, this seems like a depressing episode all of a sudden. I did not get much sleep yesterday.
Don't give a fuck.
And I'm kind of just rambling, man. Just letting y'all get the inside.
This is not a specific podcast. This isn't about this thing. This is just
What's
Richard's
going on
kids,
today?
Pussy. Like we might be in our feelings. We might be cutting the fuck up. We might be strictly on sports. We might be at your mom's house. You never know.
That's real, actually. So what, for your birthday we're barbecuing or what?
I guess. I'm just not. I understand now when old dudes are like, I don't want to do anything for my birthday. I always thought that was like depressing as fuck, but like I'm starting to understand it. Like,
would you go back? Would you go back and do it again?
Do what?
Just everything.
Nah.
Yeah, man, I don't think I would either, bro. But I do look back and I'm always thinking like, man, if I would have done this different or that different, everything would be different. You know?
Yeah.
But then you wouldn't have your children. And you wouldn't have your wife. And you wouldn't have certain friends and family.
Yeah, that's what.
Steph told me that once.
Have you heard about the supposedly this actually happened. It's something about a lamp.
Okay.
There's this guy, right? I'm gonna make it super simple, dumb it down.
Yeah.
He has a wife, kids, family, pets, all that, right?
Yeah.
Married for, let's call it 20 years. Got, let's call it 2 kids. He comes home from work every day. Mind you, this happened to a guy. Comes home from work every day, and there's this lamp. I think it's called like the Reddit lamp theory or some shit like that. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all do.
Okay.
There's this lamp in his living room. And it always like, he would just sit there and, you know, drink his beer, watch his TV, whatever the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
And look at this lamp, and it was always like weird. It's just this weird lamp. And he just kind of like just brush it off.
Why was it weird?
It would like move and like, it was just weird.
It's just something about it was different.
Something about the lamp was off.
I don't fuck with that lamp.
The lamp was off.
Okay.
So, long story short, something happens with the lamp. I'm going to talk and Google at the same time. Let's check out my multitasking skills. Something happens with the lamp to where like he kind of goes into this different like reality.
Okay.
Parallel life. Woken by a lamp. So pretty much it comes down to like he snaps over into this other reality, and the lamp is like, mind you, this is not exactly detail for detail what happened. This is just my synopsis from what I can remember. The lamp was in an emergency room, and it was like a doctor trying to like wake him up. So this whole time he's been in a coma, and this family that he had and this life he built wasn't real. It was all all just in his head. And when he woke back up, he woke up like he had some kind of car accident or some shit like
Yeah.
that. But the lamp he kept seeing every night in his house was them on the other side trying to bring him back. It was like a flashlight in his eye or like some light in the room or something. That's why he's like, there's something about this lamp that's
They
just
kept
off.
fluttering it. Probably.
They're just doing something.
Right,
and
right,
then
right.
and then he went through like extreme depression because he had this whole family that doesn't even exist. It's not even they're not even real. But he's like, they're real to me. Like I remember their names. I remember what they look like. Like I have memories with these people, but everyone keeps telling me like they weren't real people. Like you gotta let that shit go. But he's like, I lived an entire life with these people. Like, supposedly this actually happened to some dude.
I'm sure. Well, people don't know what happens when they go into comas.
Some movie Queen of the Damned with Vincent D'Onofrio. He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Shorty's in a coma or whatever. With Aaliyah.
Yep, Aaliyah. That was she was Queen.
Is that Queen? That's that coma. That's not the coma movie.
Queen Akasha, I think.
That's not the coma movie.
Look at the Queen of the Dam's name. Queen Akasha, I think. I'm gonna Google that. You do you, I'm gonna do me. Queen.
The Cell. Do you remember the movie The Cell? With J-Lo.
Yeah.
That movie was fucking.
That movie was fucking. As a youngster, movie was
dude,
crazy.
That movie
now
was
it's kind of like okay.
trippy as fuck as a kid. Yeah, The Cell. That's what I'm talking about.
Aaliyah in Queen of the Dam. Oh, I'm right. That's how good your boy is. Akasha. Queen Akasha.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought.
Yeah, I know my fucking vampires. I know my bloodsuckers.
Speaking of bloodsuckers, we're gonna have to hop on it before it falls off. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna post this before this video even comes out. Let's get it.
100 men versus one gorilla.
I'll be honest. I've thought about this a lot.
Me too, an uncomfortable amount.
Yeah, and I think it's hilarious how every fucking person that shows a picture of the gorilla versus 100 men, the gorilla's like 15 feet tall, just towering over people, and it's like nah.
I mean, they're not tall, but they're
5 feet tall, bro.
Strong as fuck.
No, they are, but they're not giant and strong. They're short and strong, but they will definitely bust your ass. But they're animals, and people don't realize. First of all, if it's 100 men, just think about that. This ain't 100 bitches. This ain't 100 kids. This 100 grown ass men with their adrenaline raging, and they're beating your ass from all angles, bro. Now people are like, well, the gorilla's gonna grab you and swing you like a. Well, this ain't a fucking cartoon. I've never seen a gorilla grab something and. They boom and they bust your ass. They smack you around with their fucking fists. They pretty much box kind of. You know, they hit your ass and like
shatter your entire head with one punch.
They would.
It's so my only thing about the only thing that would make me say a gorilla would win is you got to convince somebody to go first. They're done.
That don't matter. Like
that does.
No, it doesn't matter because
whoever's gonna go first couple of guys are dying. So you got to convince.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I mean,
somebody to go. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of this.
Yeah, no, it will. But like, that's the thing is nobody else is giving you a story or reasoning. They're just like 100 men versus one gorilla.
So just 100 brain dead.
All you know,
men?
Not even brain dead. But if that's all you know and you know it's gonna happen, then I think whoever goes first isn't really. That's like all hearsay because it's like, well, what we do know is it's gonna be 100 versus 1. That's what we do know. We don't know who. We don't know the circumstance. We don't know if we know it's gonna happen. So regardless of who the first people are, they are gonna die. It's gonna be 20 or 30 people that are gonna get fucked up. But also the human body's wild durable, bro. Especially grown ass men. And when your adrenaline's fucking. I mean, bro, adrenaline is a crazy thing, bro. There's been stories of old ladies having adrenaline rush that literally pick up the ass end of vehicles so a kid can get from underneath it, right? Like
I've seen a couple of old ladies I'd like to pick up the ass end of, you know what I'm talking about?
Nah, facts. But look, fucking, well, I said facts. But anyways, fucking,
look, that's...
Bro, no, like 100, that's 100 people. That is a lot of people, bro. And the gorilla doesn't have fucking unlimited stamina, dog. The gorilla's not gonna fucking just run around and swing off trees.
Well,
like George
from what we learned from the Kevin Gates versus LeBron debate, stamina doesn't matter. Continue. It says here, gorillas are incredibly strong, particularly adult male silverbacks, which can lift and throw objects weighing over 800 kilograms, which is 1,796 pounds. They are estimated to be 4 to 10 times stronger than human beings, with some reports suggesting that they can lift 4,000 pounds.
Yep.
Okay. So they're strong.
No, they're for sure stronger.
I've also heard that they have a bite force of 1,300 PSI.
Yeah. They're stronger than you, and they can bite harder than you. They don't bite when they fight, though, so that's just unnecessary information.
Well, let's find out.
They don't. That's not how they fight.
You fought a gorilla?
Everybody knows how they fight, boy.
Do
I've
they?
seen it. Yeah, I mean, that's not... Gorillas don't bite. What do you think they are?
Yes, gorillas do bite when fighting, particularly silverback gorillas using their sharp canines to inflict injury. They are also known to use their teeth as a weapon capable of penetrating flesh and causing severe bleeding, even death.
All right, well, fuck it. They bite that. My bad. Anyways, it don't matter, though. Like, whether they smack you, sit on you, throw you, bite you, motherfuckers are going to die. But you have to kill. You have to kill.
I don't think a lot of people.
100.
I don't think a lot of people have seen 100 people.
Dude, 100 men. 100 men. Nah. I know you might look around the room and be like, 100 of them, 100 of them. Like, okay, yeah. No. We're just saying you might get a couple John Jones in that bitch. You might get a couple me's, couple you's. You know what I'm saying? You might, but you gonna have grown ass men with all of our adrenaline running through us.
Well, I'm not going first.
Nah, I wouldn't either. But like,
I might go 98th.
Bro, you won't even have to, bro. You got to think, this gorilla's getting his fucking ass beat by 5 or 6 different people at all times. The constant pressure is crazy, bro. He's running out of stamina, bro. Like, 100 people is a lot of people. And he's not going to kill everybody with one hit. Like, some people he will get one hit. Some people he'll graze. Some people he'll just throw back. Sometimes, motherfucker, swear to God,
Let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this then. How many men are going to be left?
Probably 50. Probably 40. Nah, more than 50. Probably like 70 or 60 people, bro. The gorilla's not killing that many.
Okay, so out of those 70, how many are
fucked up?
Walking away unscathed?
I don't know.
Because there are going to be some guys that aren't even going to get in the mix.
Yeah, I don't know. But people are so pussy, bro. Like, one gorilla. It's one gorilla. Yes, it's going to fuck you up. Now, if they said one grizzly bear versus 100 people, the grizzly bear doing that every fucking time. 100 people don't have a chance. It would take 1,000 fucking people, and then probably still couldn't even fuck with them. Because here's my next thing: a silverback ain't fucking with a grizzly. A grizzly will beat the fucking brakes.
We
off
should
a
make
silverback.
that. Tune in next week where we have a grizzly bear and a silverback gorilla in the backyard. You're going to want to see this one.
Yeah, and 100 men. But, yeah, bro, no. 100 men are definitely going to beat a gorilla. And people are weird for saying one gorilla is going to fucking smack all of them. This ain't anime. This ain't a cartoon, dog. Let's be real.
Grizzly bears are incredibly strong animals. Studies have shown they can generate forces exceeding 1,200 pounds without maximum effort. They're also remarkably agile and can sprint across 100 yards in just 8 seconds. They can run 100 yards in 8 seconds, my boy.
No. Look. I got educated on this because I always had the conversation. Who would win
Dog,
a fight?
hold on. 100 yards in 8. That's a football field in 8 seconds. You don't even got to swing. You just run through them. Knock them down like dominoes.
Bro. I heard. I got educated on this by fucking Joe Rogan, bro. And like they were talking about it in depth. And the way they broke it down, they're pulling up videos of bears fighting, grizzly bears fighting. So now I follow like these weird ass pages that have like grizzly bears fighting every once in a while.
I'm trying to see that grizzly 40-yard dash.
Bro, people don't understand, bro. First of all, there's not one animal on this fucking planet that'll beat a grizzly bear one-on-one. There's not one animal. I promise you that. Here's my reasoning.
You keep talking. I'm trying to think of some math here.
Bro, look, they are big as fuck, bro. Also, before we go down this rabbit hole, 100 men are going to beat a fucking silverback gorilla. Stop playing. Now, with that being said, a fucking grizzly bear, bro, they fight all fucking day. They have incredible stamina. Them boys be banging for like an hour or two, throwing them. chomping on each other, then walking off like it ain't shit. Their paws are fucking huge with like fucking, 8-inch fucking claws. They have big ass chompers, bro. Sharp ass teeth. They're big. They have fur, which is a defense mechanism. They're huge, bro.
Help me do this.
Yeah,
so if
let's
they
do
can
it.
do 100 yards in 100 yards in 8 seconds,
Yeah.
what would their 40 time be? So 40 minus 100. I'm sorry, 100 minus
No.
40.
No, you would do 100 divided by 8 times 4. So
My boy's smart.
do 100 yards divided by 8 seconds. What is that? What is that?
That's an average of.
12 times 4 for the 40 yards.
Don't seem right. Fuck is 4 at?
Because that means they're doing 12. They're doing 12.
So it doesn't
and a
make sense.
half.
50 seconds.
Because no, 12 and a half yards per second was what it was.
Right. So what would their 40 time be?
So if they're doing that 4 times,
Because your math came out to 50. I don't know if it's 50 seconds or it's 50
So look, 100-yard dash divided by 8 seconds is 12 and a half yards per second.
per second.
So you would do 40
Mm-hmm.
divided by 12.5.
We'll call it 12.
Why? It's 12.5.
Okay, I didn't know I had a fucking rocket scientist with me.
15, really? You did 15. You did 15. You did do 12.5. So you do 40 divided by 12.5 and then yeah.
So they can do they got a 3.2 40-yard.
Yeah, nah. And they're big as fuck, bro.
I wonder what their stopping time is then. That's a lot of weight to just.
I don't know, bro. Grizzlies are the.
Yeah, I'm not even finna argue which you want to.
Dude, they're big. Hey, they're big as fuck. They're strong. They literally fight all day. That's what they fucking do. They fight, sleep, and fish, bro. Like they
I
don't
thought
do
they
shit
eat honey
else.
and scratch their back on trees.
Shit, hey, that's them little brown bears. Them grizzly bears are different, bro. They go fetch salmon, fuck bitches.
So who's gonna win, Winnie the Pooh or Donkey Kong?
You know Donkey Kong gonna win, but
Winnie the Pooh got that blicky on him though. His little cork gun.
I fuck with Winnie the Pooh way more than Donkey Kong. Don't get it twisted. I actually love motherfucking Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Mm-hmm.
Winnie the Pooh.
I had a cousin who used to
What
call
was
him
that?
Pooh Bear.
What was that? I think it was.
Shout out Pooh.
I think it was the second Winnie the Pooh movie where they had to go to that like Skull Island thing.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
That used to scare
I
me
didn't
as
love
a
it that
child.
much.
I did.
But if it's Snoopy, we can talk about Snoopy. You know the creator of Snoopy's from where? Minnesota.
Charlie Brown is from Minnesota.
Yes, sir. That's why Mall of America, they used to have Camp Snoopy before they changed it to Nickelodeon World.
I remember I had one of those Snoopy snow cone makers when I was a kid.
Fire. I love Woodstock and Snoopy, bro. And I love Beagles because of it. But yeah, whatever. I guess I'm just a fucking homer. And this is
homo.
Richard's Kids.
This is Richard's Kids. Like we said, you get it all. You know what I'm saying? You get a little introspective look into our lives. You get the comedy. You get the sports analytics. You get the fighting. You get the zoology. You get you know what I'm saying? You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Most importantly,
That's
all right?
most important.
Yeah, this has been episode 1E1.
And we're hilarious, by the way. We're hilarious.
Regardless,
And I am literally our biggest fans. And
he's our biggest fans. You guys, you heard it here first.
I'm our biggest fans.
All both of them.
All 6%.
You think they're 10 of me, pussy? Yeah. We love y'all, man. Y'all stay tuned. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Hit that motherfucking notification bell. And remember, when you do share, make sure you're not fighting a bear. We love y'all.
Like I told y'all, Wolves in 5. Don't ever forget it.
He did say that. Wolves in 5.
Yep.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.